Good evening everyone. I'm now in District 2, Paudi, and behind me is the infamous landmark. In this video, I'm gonna walk you guys through about basically everything. What is the majority type of real estate here and what is the type of real estate people prefer to live in. So it's kind of windy today and it just rained earlier too. So yeah, let's head straight into the first type of real estate here, and it's gonna be a regular real estate by the street. A street that a car can drive by, a motorcycle can drive by. This is the most common type of real estate in this list. For example, it's my house. People call it nhà phố. It's like a townhouse, yes. They built side by side and they share wall. And as you can see, most of them will do business, some sort, in the bottom floor. And if you look closely, let's say this house, they have like another 5 floors in the back. That probably for the family to live in, or they can even do something else, which is kind of make like a hotel business, or they can even rent it out room by room. And for that reason, a lot of people like this type of real estate. For my family, we're selling bánh mì chay, like a vegan bread in the bottom, and some coffee, but in the top floor is where we live. That is how I roll up. And I'm pretty sure a lot of Vietnamese people, they roll up this way as well. So let's talk about some pros and cons, right? Pros about this type of house, as I told you, the possibility is endless. You can rent it out, and usually the rent is way higher than houses in the alley. And if you want to do business in the bottom, the traffic is always higher compared to if you want to do traffic in the alley. You will have to do more marketing. You will get a lot more exposure by having a storefront like this. Yeah, so for the business side, it's very good. But then talking about living, it will definitely feel a bit noisier if you don't have a good noise isolation, and it's just like a different style of living compared to the US, right? You will have people walking downstairs and then you will hear honking every single day. That's how I wake up mostly every morning. But then also, it's pretty fun and it's pretty lively to live that way. So it's really up to your preference to see is whether that's a cons or a pros. And also, like, you will have all sort of neighbors behind next to you, all sort of business, and then you can just walk down, go to your neighbor, and then you have a meals, for example, or a cup of coffee, because here people will utilize all front space for some sort of business. So yeah, it's great. I'm now at Sung Thuy Street. Some of the real estate on the main street can go pretty crazy. Most of the houses, as you can see, like the red one right here, they are like legit a villa, like a big house. It's been built like long times ago. Actually, people rent it out and let the business owner renovate it and do whatever they want with it. So a lot of these real estate right here are pretty strong when you rent it out for businesses. And if you're in a good spot like Xuân Thủy, District 1, District 2, District 3 too, if you pick a right tenancy, they're gonna stay with you for long terms, and then you can rent it out for pretty good too. And also, one cons about these houses are like the tax is pretty high. Yeah, the land tax is pretty high, but you do have a good exposure, and then you know, the traffic is constantly. But I do realize that if you have a real estate in like a big road, like a main or primary road, and then that road is like a fence up in the middle, and then people kind of hard to maneuver around, those real estate are actually do a little bit worse when it's come to traffic, like business traffic. So I think the best real estate, if you want to rent it out for business or you want to do business on it, is probably those mid-sized road, and then in a good location like District 1, 2, and 3, or those main tourist area. Yeah, like Sung Thuy is like have a lot of foreigner, a lot of Korea, a lot of white people. Yeah, they come here a lot because of the vibes, and then restaurant and stuff here are like mainly Western food. So yeah. Woo. Okay guys, so for the second type of real estate I want to talk about today, it's gonna be alley house. These alley like this are homes of so many Vietnamese people. A lot of my friends live like this. A lot of my relatives, they have houses like this, and honestly it's have its own perks, right? As you can see, there will be less traffic in the alley compared to in the big road, and it's gonna be way more peaceful and less car noise compared to the main road. Plus the price is a bit cheaper too, yeah, compared to the main street house. But still, the value of this house still going up and down pretty good, and it's following the trend of the townhouse, the main house outside. Yeah, So as you can see, it is following the same design trend and usage as the townhouse outside. The bottom floor will be mainly for business, and the top floor will be where people living there. In smaller alley, a lot of houses are mainly used just for living. So this is one of them, close by my grandpa's house. Pretty cool, right? Well, yeah, and then there's some cons for alley house, which is the road typically is a bit smaller. Okay, see, there's a car running inside right now. I'm gonna show you. Yeah, this is a bigger alley, but most alley cars can't even like get inside. This one is way bigger, so yeah, cars still can maneuver around. So to be able to access to those house, you have to go by motorcycle or walk inside from the main road. And these type of real estate are pretty good for students or college student, someone who's studying abroad from another city. They like to rent out a lower tier apartments, and usually those type of apartment are in this type of alley. Oh, and also one more thing I really like about living in this alley like this is that back in the day I used to go to my grandpa's house, which is also in an alley, to hang out, to play. And we as a kid, we used to play, we play soccer or we do whatever we want in the alley, because there most likely no car or not, the traffic is not so crazy. It would be harder for you to achieve something like that if you have a townhouse, the one in the main road. And because of its peaceful features and less noise, less dust, a lot of family, they have money. They don't want to live in a high-rise apartment buildings. They will choose to live in an alley like this. Yeah, which is also a good alternative. Oh, and I haven't even talked about how the alley is home of some of the best street food you can ever have. Like if you ever try to find some good food place, just go to some random alley, and if they do sell some sort of food, try it. It's probably gonna be one of the best food you've ever tried. I don't know why, but food that's sold in the alley always tastes better than the one that on the main road. Hey guys, I'm now at the Soho residence, the side right there. I don't know if you can see it. So this is one of the apartment complex by District 1 and very close to the center. Yeah, later on I'm gonna go inside to give you guys a quick look of what one of the units might look like and what to expect for this kind of residency. Yeah, so you can see like all of the apartment and units are upstairs. I saw people live there, but majority of units right here, people use it for rental, like short-term rental for travelers. They also do like a monthly rent, but this building and this location are highly focused for short-term rental. And also downstairs, as you can see, there's like a coffee shop, and then yeah, some coffee shop. Usually for this kind of building, the first few floors gonna be a parking, and then the next few floor will be for residents and other units. These kind of buildings, most of them will likely have a pool or some sort of park or garden for residents to enjoy. But for this one and this location, it doesn't have that much lots. And as I can see upstairs, there's not much space for common area. Okay, yeah, actually let's get inside and I will give you guys a more detailed looks of the buildings. Okay, so I'm now at the inside the tower, and we are at the 31st floor. So yeah, let me show you one of the units here they have. So far as I walk, there's a few residents. I saw a few residents, but also I saw a few travelers, a lot of Western people. I mean, this location is so prime when you consider of living in the central of the city. This one is like 5 minutes away from Moving Street, which is like the drinking and the nightlife street. Also there's a Vincom, Bitexco Tower, like one of the iconic tower here, or the walking street. Everything around here is so convenient to maneuver around. My sister renting here for a while, so everything kind of messy, but we're in. So right when we walk inside, doors right here. You got a kitchen right here. So this is a very common setup in Vietnam, right? You got a kitchen right here, and then it's very simple and basic. And then you got a fridge right here. Yeah, most Vietnamese people, they use like one side fridge. Since families here, we don't store much food we usually buy fresh out of the market. That's why the fridge size is kind of different. This is a 2-bedroom apartment, and let me show you. It's actually quite bigger than I expected. First room right here. So, ta-da! From here you can really see the city. Today is kind of gloomy, but on a sunny day, man, it's look pretty. Like you can see endless of building down there. It's not like a green scenery that you used to see. But yeah, we also have like a little river right there. Yeah, pretty nice aerial view. Okay, and then right here we got a restroom. Yeah, most restroom in Vietnam is like tiny. Yeah, so I wouldn't expect much from that. And then yeah, look at this, another bedroom. Classic stuff. And I don't know if you guys realized it, we always use stone flooring because most of the time here in Vietnam it's very hot, and people just tend to like stone surface or any kind of shiny surface, since it's gonna make the house way cooler compared to all the vinyl or wood floor in the US. Yeah, also here the cultures, people put shoes outside. That is why they really want to feel the coolness of the surface. Yeah, it is one of the way to cooling off. Okay, and last but not least, we have high rises like this. There we go. That's the landmark 81, one of the most iconic tower in Saigon. Yeah, I'm standing right here, and around it is all residence building. Apartment like this have one of the biggest role that single house or like townhouse or alley house doesn't have, which is you got all the amenities like pools, gyms, or all the restaurant around you, and there's even like a mall. So the landmark 81 is this building, right? And the top, bottom 3 floor or 4 floor is a mall. Yeah, and there's supermarkets there, and the top floor they rent it out for corporate or hotel or restaurants, high-end restaurant. But all the buildings around it is all apartments, and I would say it's fairly affordable if you pick a oh no, it's not pouring rain. Hold on, I have to move first, and then we will get back to you on this topic. Okay. Behind me right now, I park at one of the building complex, and this will be where most residents will be living in. Building like this. Apartments here is actually pretty affordable compared to apartments price in the US. And what is the most common type of residents that live here? Young people, people with corporate jobs, or new age families, or rich people. It can be varies, but I can see the trend moving toward the under 40 years old. Sorry, I forgot to put my mic on. Yeah, back to the topic. Yeah, and as I told you earlier, the perks of living here is all the amenities you have. You basically have a lot to do here, and people just taking care of everything for you. And also your area of living in is also nicer, and you will be living together with people that have the same living style with you. And plus it's not as noisy as it is compared to single houses or alley houses. Yeah, but one of the biggest cons that these kind of apartment buildings have is that most of them will be a bit further from the central, and then you have to pay something similar to HOA fee like in the US. Usually buildings like this are pretty strict about who can use the amenities, so most of the time when you're inviting your friends over, it might be a little bit difficult, but it's nowhere near compared to the US, right? In terms of the parking, here we're using motorcycles, so ton of parking for everyone. Yeah, just the HOA and then the regulation might get into your nerves sometimes. Yeah. Oh, and also for foreigner who want to own a apartments like this, usually they won't let you own it forever. You will only be able to own it for a period, and then after that, the real estate will go back to the developers. Yeah, kind of weird, but that's how they do it here in Vietnam. Talking about values, apartments like this are not as valuable as single houses or alley houses, and the price is kind of weird. Like you want to make money or profit out of these kind of buildings, you might want to buy it before they finish building it. And if you pick the right apartment complex, the price will go up, and then people will want to live in it. You can rent it out or you can resell it. But most of the apartment that I saw cannot do that, right? You either buy it for cheap, and then when you finally got the house, the price does go up, but then it's so tough to sell, or the renting price is not as good as you expected. So yeah, there's a lot of sketchy thing that going on, and you kind of have to like take a risk of holding the value of your real estate there for a while. So that's why young people or people who just simply rich or just want to enjoy this kind of lifestyle, we prefer living in these type of buildings. But if we're talking about investor, it's kind of like a hit or miss. Some of them like apartments, some of them will like single houses. Yeah, that's kind of like the trend right now. So there you have it, guys. I just give you the whole insights about Saigon real estate, and I hope you like this video and find it a bit helpful, especially for those who planning to locate it to Saigon, or just want to do a quick comparison between real estate in Vietnam compared to the US. I hope this video helped you out in some sense. It's a pretty fun topic to talk about, honestly, and I has been really like real estate in general and Saigon real estate specifically. When I'm growing up with my families, they always talk about this. So yeah, having a chance to talk about this topic again is something that I'm very blessed to get to do. So yeah, thank you again for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.